to do a short video on this Colt Series 80 1911. See that? Now this is the Series 80 Colt with the internal firing pin block. It's pretty representative of all 1911s. It's pretty standard. It just has a nicer fit and finish than your basic GI model 1911. The reason this is going to be a short video is because, I mean, what else can you say about the 1911 that hasn't already been said? You know, it's a very, very respected and storied firearm. I mean, these things have been around for over 100 years and they're still going strong. And there's a reason for that. They're just that good. They're unbelievably reliable. They're very, very accurate, and they're powerful. They got a great grip angle. They feel great in your hand. There's really not a whole lot of negatives that you can think of in regards to these pistols. One might be able to say, you know, magazines. These pistols take 7 and 8 shot magazines, but to me, I think that's a load of BS. First of all, I think that 7 or 8 shots in one magazine is plenty. If you're proficient with doing mag changes with these pistols, it might take you 5 or 6 seconds longer to get 15 or 16 rounds out of this pistol than with a gun that has a standard 15 shot capacity. I'm pretty sure that everybody watching this already knows a great deal about the 1911 pistol. It was designed by John Moses Browning, one of the most respected and best weapons designers to ever come out of the 20th century. Him along with Bill Ruger and Eugene Stoner and Mikhail Kalashnikov, probably the most respected firearms designers of the 20th century. The pistol was designed in the early 20th century by John Moses Browning. It was adopted by the U.S. military in 1911. That's why it's called the M911, because that was the year it was adopted. It first saw combat in 1917 in World War I. It continued to serve through World War II in the 1940s. It continued to serve into the Vietnam War in the 1960s and 70s until it was eventually replaced in the 1980s with the Beretta M9. A lot of the reason was due to the fact that the U.S. wanted to switch over to the NATO standardized round, and they also wanted to have a gun that had a higher capacity. The Beretta essentially has, you know, double the capacity, and you know, you can carry, you know, more ammunition because it fires a lighter round. But you know, this pistol was carried mostly by officers in World War I, World War II, and Vietnam, and it garnered quite the reputation serving in those wars. I mean, you are not going to come across too many more pistols that have the reputation for reliability, stopping power, and durability that the 45 Auto 1911 has. Also, and as I stated in my previous video on the Colt AR-15A2 as well, there is no wrong choice between the M9 and the 1911. They're both fantastic pistols. They both excel in certain areas, and they both excel in certain areas. They both have their downfalls. So there's really no wrong answer there. I do have a preference between the two of them, but I will save that for another video in the future that I'm thinking about doing. been used in countless movies. I mean, any movie you see about World War II or Vietnam, you will see a 1911 pistol being carried by someone in that movie. I know everybody remembers, Tom Sizemore in Saving Private Ryan screaming at the other guy, "You are a coward, son of a bitch!" Holding the 1911 in his face. And I also know everybody remembers in that movie Tom Hanks trying to stop a tank with a 1911, shooting the tank, and the tank gets blown up by a bomber, and Tom Hanks looks at the pistol for a second. It's like, did I do that? Everybody remembers that. Also, Full Metal Jacket, you saw this pistol. Cowboy finished off the sniper with one of these. I mean, these have been used in every movie, any movie you can think of. You're gonna see one of these pistols. I know that this appears to be Sylvester Stallone's favorite pistol because he happens to be carrying it in just about every movie I see him in. I've seen him carry it in Rambo, Cobra, The Expendables. I mean, everything. He was carrying one of these pistols. It was also used in another one of my favorite movies, Pulp Fiction. Everybody remembers that scene where he was reading Ezekiel 25:17 to that guy in the hotel room, and he told him, "I will strike down with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers, and you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon you." And he drew this gun on him, and well, you know what happened after that. The only part I didn't like about that movie is when he was sitting in the booth with Ringo, and he referred to one of these guns as Mr. 9mm. I kind of cringe, every time I see that part of the movie, because, I mean, this is a 45. Everybody knows that the 1911 is a 45. It kind of just makes me cringe a little bit when I hear it. How did the pistol do today, accuracy-wise? Pretty damn good. I took it out to about 25 yards, and I was shooting at a small target that was about the size of the center mass of a person's chest, and I was tattooing that target. So, I mean, that's a 25 yard standing, and most self-defense engagements are out to 7 yards. I mean, and 25 yards, that's more than 3 times the distance. This gun is gonna serve you well as a combat arm, as a fighting arm, at any distance. So it shot really impressively and accurately today. I probably didn't need to tell you that these guns are known for being pretty accurate. What do I think the best uses for the 1911 are? Well, pretty much anything and everything. I think it's a really good target gun. It's really accurate. I think it's a great combat round. I think it's a great combat pistol, I should say. Well, obviously that's been proven. I mean, it was used by the United States military in 3 major wars, and it served quite well and quite reliably, I might add. So as a combat pistol, it's proven. As a range pistol, I think it's great, as I stated previously, and I think it's a great home protection gun. I think it's a great nightstand gun. I've kept 1911s on my nightstand many a night. Believe me, they are fantastic home protection weapons, and you really can't go wrong with them. Another advantage to these pistols. I mean, like I said, these pistols are already wildly popular in this country. It probably has the biggest following of any pistol in this country is the 1911. They're already wildly popular, but another one of the advantages of these pistols is, it only has a 7/8 shot capacity. So in the event of any stupid bands that go through or any retarded shit like that, these pistols will not be affected. You'll still be able to find flush fit magazines for them that aren't restricted in any way. You won't have to, like the bullshit in the Feinstein bill, which I don't think will get passed, at least not this part of it. The bullshit about you having to, register your guns with the NFA, even your pistols that hold more than 10 rounds with the NFA, and have to pay $200. This gun will never be affected by any of that nonsense, because these people, they're so fixated on this number 10. These pistols will not be altered or restricted in any way. They're going to stay the way they are. So, I mean, these pistols are wildly popular now. I think that they're going to, if anything happens, I think these pistols are going to get even more popular because of the thing I just stated. Anyway, the Colt Series 80 1911 is a fantastic pistol, as if you needed me to tell you. 100% recommended by me.